check. It still says you're offline, but give it a few seconds.
I'll reload it.
I did.
And we good?
Yes, you're live.
Oh my god, that is so epic. Okay, cool. So, Alright, hop on the Roll20, fellas.
I think everybody's there.
Yes, everyone is there. Oh, you may notice there is an additional fella on the Roll20 named Stream A. That is just my alternate.
Is there going to be a
That's-
Stream B?
No, A is actually, it stands for account.
Oh,
Crazy, right?
uh-huh.
Okay, anyways, so I will play some music. Oh, make sure. Okay, so a few things. Make sure you have jukebox up because I'm going to be using jukebox a lot. All right, to have ambience music because that's cool, you know.
All right. I had that muted after like the last 2 hours after 2 hours of hearing Neil's thing, I got over it.
Wait. When were you listening to his thing? Why for 2 hours?
Oh, during the
GG.
you're talking about
Oh, during GG, not anytime recent, right? GG has been a while.
I know, but I'm just saying I just had it muted.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is here now, and Neil's music was pretty good, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was, but 2 hours of the same thing.
2 hours is yeah. Okay, so tell me if you guys hear it.
I do hear it, yes.
Okay, cool. It's kind of like Minecraft music. It's not Minecraft music though. Okay, but let's start the first session 0 of claustrophobia. Man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna be starting with Sharon. So, you open your eyes. The early morning rays of light shine through the wide open windows of your humble little cottage. Or at least that is what you made it out to be. You glance around, you see bales of hay stacked neatly in the far corner, beams of wood lying around. You feel the damp air moistening your skin with a comfortable degree of heat. You hear sounds of birds chirping brightly outside the front gate to your stable, as well as the occasional sound of knives or axes chopping against a wooden board rapidly. A horse neighs in the distance. There's a faint smell of animal excretion about the air, but it's really mild and you've grown used to it. You step out of your bed and walk over to a mirror nearby your cozy corner that has been your home for the past few weeks. As you glance in the mirror, would you like to give a brief description of your character?
Well, my character, I guess we're not doing exact introductions, just physical appearance.
Yeah, just physical appearance.
She's a quite tiny creature. She got fairy wings, a spectral horn on her forehead. Very pale, but she has a very shiny and green color scheme. It reminds you of male hummingbird almost. Small pointy ears. Overall, a petite figure, but she definitely looks like she knows how to wield the sword.
Alright, and as you prepare for your day of work, you look outside and you just kind of take a peek outside of the doorway to the stable, and you see there is a rainbow in the sun above the large canopies in this forest that you're in. You can tell that it has recently rained last night as well as the few nights before that.
Is it raining right now?
Or is the sky currently it is not raining.
Okay, so I'm guessing I'm in a farm of some sorts.
Yes. Perhaps I should provide a tiny bit of background. So, you arrived in this farm as you made your way out of the La Danta forest right? You've just been wandering about for several weeks, and eventually you came across. And of course, from your background, you never really had any source of income or seen any sort of currency at all. And eventually, you came by this place. This kind of like a pit stop that is very far out of any sort of civilization. Right, there is a stable. There is some small cabins, but it's not even a village. It's just a few people just living far out in the woods. And you've been not growing up, what am I saying? You've been living your last week with a group of less than half a dozen of these Malese folk. And if you didn't know, Malese are a certain type of race that are special in this world. They are badger-like people. They look like badgers, but they're humanoids. Malese spelled Melese. And yeah, you've met with these folks, and they kind of took you in, just introduced you to this whole place, and provided opportunity for you to work a bit so that you can, earn a bit of money, so that by the time you take off, you actually you can take care of yourself. They talked about Eguhes and how recently it split into two different empires, the new Eguhean Empire as well as the Felician Empire. And you eventually also learned about the capital city of Erksire from them, and how they have a very nice martial academy nearby, known as the Yiltower Academy. It is quite expensive to get in, however. Of course, that's more so reason why they are willing to give you a bit of money so that you can take off and just take care of yourself.
Okay, that's kind of them. I suppose that I'm looking whatever chores I have to do. So I'll go find whoever the master of the farm is, I suppose.
All right. You make your way out. Hear the horses' neighs get louder, and you eventually make your way over to the main house, the main cabin, where you hear Gerald yell out, "Hey, wake yet? Here's something. Is that you, soul?"
Okay, forgive me. I'm trying my best with it, so
That's fine.
Bear with me.
This is session 0. This is session 0.
And Soul replies, "Oh, why yes, that is me. Is there anything you would like me to do today?"
Oh, don't be so formal. Just come over here and have breakfast with us.
Why, thank you. And Soul would like to walk over.
Okay. Yeah, you see Gerald, this Malese man. He's got fine leathers, and he's the head of the house, essentially. And he just kind of opens the door, lets you in. You see the other people. You see Firen, you see Emma inside. They're currently eating just some veggies. You see one of them has already prepared a plate for you, which is currently on the table.
Oh, I would like to thank them and have breakfast.
Okay. As you sit down, Gerald just sits down with you as well. They've already finished cooking. He just looks up at you. So, you said that you're pretty set to head out sometime soon, eh?
Yes. Thank you for your hospitalities these past few weeks. But truly, I should definitely get going with my adventure.
Well, no worries about that. Yeah. It's been great for your help as well. Although, yeah, we're kind of in a bit of a pickle,
Oh?
Yeah, this morning I came out of my bedroom and I heard some noise just outside. I took a look out, and Bruce. Yeah, I heard him screaming. I rushed out and I saw him, a bunch of these wolves. And I couldn't see how many of them there were, but I saw one of them just grabbing one of their chickens, and they just ran off into the forest. Yeah, Bruce got a big injury. Currently, he's Currently, he's with Myron, trying to fix up his wounds. But yeah, it's gonna be quite a problem to know there were wolves around here. I was wondering if you could help us with that.
Yes, of course. I'll definitely see what I can do with that. Assuming there's nothing else I need to do right now, would you like me to look into that right away?
Oh yeah, and of course it takes a bit of your time, so I'll pay you for that as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I feel like I've been intruding on your hospitality these past days,
Oh,
but
absolutely. Now, you've been a delight.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, just let's finish up our breakfast and then you can head out outside. Bruce is probably will be making his way back sometime soon, and you can ask him about the details. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Just so we'll like to finish breakfast then and do that just that.
All right. Hey, you finish up breakfast, and as you make your way out of the door, you feel you breathe in the fresh air outside. Walk up to the pen that Gerald was talking about, and you do see that normally there are quite a bit of chickens. There used to be about 24 of them. It was a pretty big pen, and now the amount cut in half. You see there are scratch marks on the fence posts, as well as just you can tell there has been some scuffle that has happened inside of this pen. And at the same time, you see up in the stable, up the cobblestone path, quite a bit away, you see currently Bruce is heading down.
Okay, I like to call out. Good day, Bruce. I heard what happened. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm alright. It was out of nowhere. I just did my morning job, man. Ugh. Wolves. There's a lot of them. Trust me.
How many exactly? Did you check? Were you able to tell?
Oh, he just kind of puts his hand up to his chin. I think there were about 4 of them. Yeah, I was trying to handle one of them by myself, and the other guys just rushed over yonder, and he just points over to the pen where you see that part of the fence gate has actually been pushed open, and he describes, yeah, the wolf just ran in and just started tearing them to pieces. I saw one of them just put the chicken straight into its maw and just jumped off into the woods. Couldn't stop him. I was able to fend one of them off, kind of fend them off. Not really, because I think they just wanted to leave me. They're not really here for me, per se. They were here for the chickens. Yeah.
I see. Well, that was a very brave thing for you to do. I'm sure it would have been much worse if you weren't there to fend them off.
Alright, but, yeah. You need me for something?
Oh, Bruce actually asked me to look into this issue.
I'm Bruce.
Hopefully. Huh?
I'm Bruce.
Oh, what am I talking about? I'm so sorry. Gerald.
No, don't worry, we look the same. We're brothers.
I just woke up, just had breakfast. Do forgive me, Bruce.
It's all fine.
All right. But thank you for the information. I'll be looking into this wolf problem. Oh, and just asking, has this happened before in the past? Wolf problems or livestock getting stolen?
We've had the occasional wolf pass through, but not in a big pack, you know. And also, usually there are more of us kind of outside taking care of these things. But recently there's been a lot more increase in these animal attacks. Yeah, such a pain in the ass.
For sure. Thank you for all the info. I'll go about maybe the areas and see around if they left any tracks.
Alright, yeah, well, thank you so much for your help. I'll be heading back through. I need some rest.
Well, you see to that. And I guess Soul would like to, look around the pen and maybe look for, tracks, like wolf tracks, maybe where they head off to the forest. Because I know Bruce sort of pointed toward a general direction, but maybe I could track that.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. First roll, guys. First roll.
It's gonna be bad.
Sorry, if it's a bad number, okay, it's okay.
Perfectly
it's
average.
All right, yeah.
I was fully expecting a natural 1.
Okay. Hey,
Okay.
if it was a natural 1, I'll just say that this is the first roll of session 0. It's not a big deal. Okay. But 10, that's perfectly fine. You look around and it was raining the night before, and so the ground is extremely muddy, and you're able to spot some tracks that are imprinted in the mud, heading off about eastward from just the area that you've been living in.
I guess Soul would like to head in that direction.
All right.
Eastward.
Okay. And as you begin, currently, actually, you don't have any of your things with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, you just want to eat breakfast. You don't carry your adventuring gear with you all the time. It's not like you get attacked every single day.
Okay. I sure hope not. Okay. Alright. Then Soul would like to gear up and make sure that she's prepared to, I guess, fight any vicious beasts she may come across.
Okay.
But regardless, she needs all her gear. So I guess I would head back to the cabin I've been staying in.
No, the stables.
Or the stables.
Yeah, but it
cabin.
feels like a cabin to you. You made it homey. Okay, with that, we will take a pause and move over to the other player. So, Derek.
Uh-huh.
Switch the music back to the forest music. Oh, that's creepy forest music. I don't like that. Hey.
Spooky.
Ooh, yeah, that is creepy music. Okay, we play nice music. Okay, so still working things out. So the journey for you, Derek, your character, has been anything but easy. Every morning and every night you've been on the move, going through the Ladanta forest as well, aside from those few times you needed rest. You always knew these forests were extremely dense, unnaturally dense, and filled with dangerous animals, but you've never had so many close calls before in this last week. Maybe because you are not used to traveling far from home by yourself like this, or maybe another reason. Nevertheless, you press onwards. Morning comes after a long night of rain. The rain leaves a very natural smell in the air, giving rise to the smell of the earth. It's not exactly putrid, not pleasant either, but extremely fresh. You glance down to slowly stand up and pick up your various things, slightly struggling to turn completely around in circles as your inflexible arms catch on your greenish hide. Derek, would you like to describe your character?
Oh yeah, I do have a -1 dexterity. Yes, I can do that. So, should I? Yeah, okay. So, if you were there, you would see this somewhat wrinkly, old, hunched over, significantly hunched over, in fact, turtle, and just because he's hunched over and wrinkly doesn't mean that well, it doesn't mean that like his I don't. Sorry, I blanked.
Okay,
I'll just start over. Yeah, okay. So you see this hunched over old turtle, somewhat wrinkly skin, but underneath that you can see that there does seem to be some significant portion of muscle, and he's wearing he's got a backpack made out of furs, and well, yeah, a backpack is a what's generous term, I guess. And there are all sorts of trinkets around his body, tied with different strings or just straight into the skin. Some of the more notable ones you may notice are, you would notice a tooth around a necklace on his neck, and a beautiful blue sapphire along one of the strings coming across the body. His shell has a large injury in it, I guess. Yeah, a gash cleaves down it, and he has this large wooden staff with metal ends, sort of balanced on the side, holding it. Yeah,
All
that
right.
was not. That's okay.
That's great. It's great. A great description. But yeah, as you wake up, you've been basically, you don't know where you're heading. You've been just traveling, right? And I mean, trying, of course, to take the path that is the least obscured by the overgrowth. But you're just trying to find something else out there. And yeah, it's been long. It's been a very long time. Eventually, actually, I want you to make a perception check.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you're kind of groggy, just waking up, and as you're picking up your stuff and you start making your way into the distance, about 5 minutes in, you get surprised as you see a small badger just crawl out from underneath some thick branches of the kapok trees that populate this area, and you almost step on it, but it just screeches at you.
Okay. How close would it be?
It's underneath your, like, not underneath your feet, but like right next to you. It's a
Right next to me?
smallish. I mean, its badgers are really small, and they're kind of in the undergrowth. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't look threatening to you, but yeah, it definitely seems angry, seeing you almost stepped on it.
Well, I'll just like, if I know what direction it came from, I'll try to head in the opposite direction, and then kind of give it a maybe 10 or so feet, and just kind of walk around and go, "Oh, hey there, little guy." Oh, well, that's the first time anyone's heard the voice.
Okay, as you back up, it sees that you see, as you say that, it kind of like lessens the tension that it had. It looked ready to attack, but it just kind of glances at you, just looks at your facial features, sees your turtle figure, and goes back down, scurries away. You see a few moments later, you see several more smaller badgers scurry behind very quickly.
Yeah, I'll just continue on my path, I guess.
So eventually you find yourself coming across a bit more of a clearing after about an hour. The fallen trees seem to be a lot more cleared out, the weeds cut. Ahead of you, you find a large hill carved slightly on one side to form a cliffside with a small pond underneath. You see a small wooden cabin that lies nearby. You see a few boars inside of the pen, and next to that, a pen of chickens as well. To the left, a bit farther away, up the lightly decorated cobblestone path, you see a set of stables. And next to the stables is a beast-like humanoid of black and white striped fur, a slightly flattened face and slim body with black beady eyes, just lifting some hay bales out of the stable. It's a creature that you've never never seen before, like a race that you've never seen before. It looks just like the badger that you actually encountered a few moments, like an hour ago. Although,
wow, what a coincidence!
But much bigger. Man, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like the first sign of life that you've seen in a while. Like
I was about to say, wait a second.
Yeah,
the badger's not alive?
Yeah, plants around you are also alive, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, quite the long while then. Well, there'll be a bit of a sigh of relief, and I'll slowly start making my way over. And,
where?
Oh, just over towards the creature, the person.
Okay. All right. So as you get closer and closer, this man, he notices you. He just quickly turns his head, and his head kind of like does like a 90-degree where his body's just kind of like still facing one way, but his head just looks over. He tilts his head slightly. Who are you?
Oh, hello there. I'm Shell. I'm just wandering through these woods. Who might you be?
Turtle, eh? My name is Micah. I'm the stable owner of this mighty fine place.
Did I hear that right? Is it Mike?
Micah.
Micah. Okay. Side note: if I don't hear a name right, that's just because I'm old.
Oh, easily, yes.
Nice to meet you, Micah. Yeah. I'll just take a gathering our surroundings. Is there anything in the stables, actually? Or can I not tell?
Make a perception check, since you're kind of like a bit far away, but you can peek. Okay, there seems to be some movement in there, but you can't... Movement as in you hear noises, you don't see movement. You can tell something's inside, though, doing some stuff.
Okay. That is absolutely solid. Yeah, I know these girls suck.
It's okay, guys. Like she says, you're... Like Sharon says, what is the term? You're cleansing. Yes, you guys are cleansing.
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 But yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Micah continues to assert forth. Yeah, haven't seen folks like you around here in a long time.
There aren't many of us around, and I could say the same to you. I've actually never seen somebody like you.
Really? We're kind of common. Of course, I don't really see too many people around here, but when I do, maybe about one in he just kind of puts up his 10 fingers. This many kind of come by. Yeah. You definitely are not a traveler, huh?
No, I'm just out wandering in these woods. Could you, by chance, point me in the direction of some sort of civilization? And if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could I maybe spend a night with you?
Oh, well. Yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Civilization, eh? Actually, I was planning to head there sometime very soon to pick up some resources. We're starting to run a bit dry on those things. There's a nearby village. Have you heard of Amotia?
No.
Oh yeah, it's about 50 or so miles down south. Yeah, it's kind of far away. We're in a kind of an obscure area of the forest, but yeah, actually, we have some of these nice. At this point, he points towards. There's this area kind of obscured behind the back of the stables, where he's just kind of walking over to there, kind of guiding you over, and you see him point to this. It's this creature, almost as big as a moose. Not quite as big as a moose. You know, mooses are like enormous. They're like 8 feet tall, and that's tall, and they're supposed to be wide. You know, but like this creature, probably about 2/3 to 3/4 in height. Its legs extremely lanky and tough, designed to go on very rocky and mountainous terrain. But then its face, it's not like a moose. You don't see antlers, and its face looks more kind of like a horse. But it is a mixture, so a horse and a bit of elk in it. But the interesting thing is that instead of like the antlers that you would usually imagine on a deer, an elk, or a moose, you see these ram-like horns that kind of protrude first out kind of like a devil's horn, and then it curls backwards and wraps twice. Some of them have a bit more wrappings. The younger ones a bit less.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have these animals. They're called caprins. They're really good for
creatures.
Yeah. Let me type in the chat since I don't think you've ever seen it before. Caprin.
I totally saw it with a K.
Yeah, but yeah, these fellas here, they do us a mighty fine service. And actually, since you want to head out, of course, stay for now, but if, I mean, he just kind of quickly looks up, kind of doing some number crunching in his head. Yeah, I'm not really planning to head a Motia right away, but I have no problem going there for a bit of payments. 6 gold pieces, and I'll take you out to the path so that you can make it to Motia.
I'm afraid I don't have much money to pay you with. I've been wandering in these woods for a long time.
Oh, no, just 6 gold pieces, not that much.
I unfortunately do not.
Well, here. Yes. Yeah.
Is there anything I can do instead?
Yeah. I was about to suggest my son actually just this morning got his arm kind of scraped by these wolves that came in, and currently we're trying to fix some, take care of these wolves. We can't eliminate them, and we have a folk that wandered by a few weeks ago as well, and she's currently in the stables right now, getting ready to go and find these wolves. And, to be honest, if there was that many wolves like Bruce describes, I'm kind of worried that something bad might happen to her. So if you don't mind, you look like you're well in shape, and you got some. You look like you can handle some fights. So you mind helping her out, and just you two take a look at this issue, and then I'll be happy to give you some money. You can pay that back, and we'll head out next morning.
Oh, I certainly. Hi. I'm fine. Okay. I would be happy to help you out and deal with this problem. May I meet the other person?
Yeah, just head in there. And he points over to the stables.
Right. Yeah, I'll saunter on in.
All right. You're to the stables, and Sol, you're currently in the middle of getting your gear ready, and then you see this shadow approach the door, and from the shadow, this huge, not huge, but like quite large turtle, just a standing turtle on 2 feet, just walks in, glancing around.
Why? What might you be?
I'm a turtle. I'm here. I was not sent here, but I'm here to help with the wolves. I assume you're heading out right now to deal with them?
Why, yes. I did not know the people of the farm commissioned someone.
No, I
deal with
just
the problem.
I just stumbled along here and am doing this in return for transport.
Oh, I see. I've been staying here for a little while. I'm also doing this in exchange for all the hospitality they have offered me. They're kind people. Well, I would like to introduce myself. I am Sol. How about you?
I'm Shell.
Well, it is
Side
pleased to
note,
meet your acquaintance.
Side note, Sharon. That we have the same name. I just translated mine.
What?
What?
Sharon's name is Soul, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like S-O-U-L? Yeah.
No.
No. Sol
Oh.
like the sun.
Aw, damn it. Okay. One letter wrong! Just put a U in there! Anyway. Okay.
It's a pun. It's good.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Well, how ready does she... Wait, yes, Sharon, are you playing a she or a he this time?
Hey, I know Pog. First female character.
I know, first time. Okay. How ready does she appear to be?
I think Sol's prepared by now.
Mhm.
So quite ready.
Alrighty. It appears you're ready to head out then?
Why, yes I am. I also identified where the wolves possibly have gone, what direction.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Perhaps you could accompany me in that area.
Gladly.
Also, I'm not sure if it's just me, but there's like a lot of static on your end, Shuggy.
My end?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
really?
you
Sounds like
hearing
the
that,
air
Sharon?
conditioner running.
Oh, you're just talking about the loud background noise? Yeah. Let me see if I can turn on. My noise suppression is on.
Oh, I thought it was static, so I don't know.
Oh, is it like horrendously loud?
I mean, it's like on off every like 30 seconds.
Okay, but you can hear my voice fine, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, unfortunate, I guess. I haven't done anything to change my laptop setup, so yeah. All right.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Anyways,
Well, I'll be behind you then. Just lead the way.
okay. You two make your way out of the stables, and yeah, you kind of look in the direction that you're to head, and you kind of see the line between civilization, like not civilization, but like this homey area and the woods. Like there's a very distinct line. And even though you've been you've been traveling in the woods for quite a long time, you're like, here I go back into the woods. But yeah, you start making your way just arbitrarily in that direction, the two of you. Let's have some. Do you two want to talk out a bit, or you know, move on?
I don't mind.
Okay, well,
So I'll give
whatever
my
your character.
character voice some
My character voice.
some work.
Well, how long have you been staying here? Or with
Well,
them?
I mean, a couple weeks from now, you can say I'm on a little bit of adventure, trying to learn more about, well, the world. As you can see, she would like to gesture at sort of herself.
Uh-huh.
I'm not from here, nowhere close actually, but
Uh-huh.
I do think everything I've seen so far has been fascinating. I mean, right now it's just forest and, well, more forest. But I saw the
forest is a
ocean for the
delightful
first
place.
time.
Yeah. I do not mind the forest. It's a wonderful place. Okay. Thank you, Yui. So, why are you, in this area? I understand you're with these people for their hospitality, but what particularly, drew you to this area? Anything you wanted to learn in specific?
I mean, I've honestly wandered my way here, but I now do have a destination after speaking a little bit with them. Apparently there's the bigger city of Berkshire. They have a academy over there, one skilled in the martial and magical art. So
I'm not
maybe
too
thinking of
familiar.
making my way over there.
Well, that would be a interesting destination to see for sure.
And you? Why have
What?
you been?
I've just been wandering around here for, well, I'm not really 100% sure where I am, but I've been wandering around for quite some time now, and I just ran across those folks back there, and heard about a village not too far from here, so I was hoping to go head there, or just some other town. Just learn
I
what
mean,
they're like, really.
did you mention you do not know exactly where you are?
Yes.
Because if yes, I can relate.
Let's go to Wanderers.
Let's just say my old home or dwelling spat me out a little bit randomly.
Hmm.
But I'm glad to be here.
I could say the same now. It is nice meeting you. It's great to talk to somebody after wandering around alone for a while.
I
Do you
see.
have any companions?
Personally, right now, no. I've left my home village alone, but hopefully I could meet more people along my travels. I'm used to only seeing people, well, like me, or let's just say Faye. But meeting all these different people and their ideals and their dreams, it's been fascinating.
Yes, people and their dreams and where they want to go in life. It's truly incredible how varying they are.
Hmm. Did you also come from a village where I suppose
More
is
or
more
less.
secluded?
Yes, something like that.
Hmm. While we're talking, do I still see wolf tracks
Wait,
or
go
like
make.
any track?
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay.
Imagine looking for wolf tracks.
Bruh. I'm
What
right.
did he
Consecutive
roll?
10s, you know?
We haven't rolled
Hey,
above a 9.
Generally, you know, you're looking for, like, the marks of 5, 10, 15, 20. So, even though 10 seems pretty bad, like, usually it's not too different from 14s. Okay? That's just generally how it works. But I'm saying usually for simple things like this. But yeah, so yeah, you're watching the tracks the whole time, and it has been raining heavily, and eventually you actually find multiple sets of tracks.
Oh.
Yeah, and the tracks, they kind of they converge and they diverge. These creatures here, they seem to be moving in a very strange pattern. Strange to you. Actually, I want both of you to make nature checks.
Nature checks. Okay. Where is
Oh well, there we go.
Okay. So, Soul, you
you're wise?
spent a lot of time around creatures, like beast-like creatures, and you do notice some general patterns they have when they're traveling, and they like going in chaotic patterns instead of straight lines. That helps with preventing people from tracking them or other creatures from tracking them. Right? If they go in curves in different directions, it's really hard to track. So that's kind of what these wolves are doing, just instinctually trying to not be found out by people who want to follow them.
Well, looks like they should have done a better job.
It is raining. It is what it is. Yeah. Hey,
Well,
but
I like to tell Shell
yes.
what I observed. And I say, well, we've got a little bit of a problem, but surely the two of us can deal with whatever nasty pact has made a nuisance of itself.
So eventually, as you continue traveling, you let me work on the yes, there we go. Ooh, oh. Okay, so eventually, you come across a large mountainscape. It's not like very tall, but it's like a cliffside, and it's kind of indented so that there's like a greater of a 90-degree angle, right? Kind of like an entrance to a cave almost, but it's a very long one, and you can see kind of the trees cut for a moment as it jumps up to the top layer on the other side of this, at the top of this mountain, and the trees continue back there. There's this large pond around it, and this is about where you notice these tracks. The tracks start to disappear.
Oh. Okay. Do they all like fade away in one place?
They fade all around close to the lake itself.
You seem to know a bit more about this than me. What do you make of it?
I mean, mayhaps they went through the lake? I don't see the appeal, but
Well,
perhaps
we might as well
they
go check to the other side.
that would be what I feel, yeah.
So you guys want to walk
Okay.
around the lake?
Go check the other side
Yeah.
of the lake.
Okay,
See if
you
there's
circle the
tracks.
perimeter of the lake, and on the other side, not perfectly across, a bit to the left, you start to see these footprints show. It seems like these wolves have purposely gone into the lake for a swim in order to try to cover up some of their tracks.
Huh.
Well,
These are particularly intelligent wolves. But regardless, they're doing quite a good job trying to show this off.
well, hopefully they don't do much better than this.
Very
Hey.
true.
So you proceed forward, and eventually you actually do notice from about 150 feet away, because it's still morning, so there's some light coming through in certain areas, some light coming through, and some areas where the tree canopy itself is blocking some of the light. You practiced. Oh, I should have written down your passives. What am I doing? What are you guys' passives?
13, I believe. Oh,
Okay.
12?
Oh, okay, so both.
Yeah,
Of
13.
you. All right, so both of you notice from about 150 away, you see a wolf who's currently drinking water from a small pond right next to the mountain. And to the left, you see an entrance to a cave.
A cave.
Yes.
I see.
Currently, you're quite far away. Where do you want to be standing? Are you like?
What do you mean by okay?
Are you just?
Uh,
Are
I
you
mean, we're in the forest,
I mean,
yeah?
you're in a forest, but then, as I described, there are different. Like the forest is not a constant where it looks the same throughout. There are places within the forest where it's more obscured, places where it's more clearly visible.
I mean, Soul's on the smaller side, so she would like to. Actually, she would like to say, really quickly to Shell, let's get the sneak on them. And she would like to fly up,
oh my.
more into the leafy canopy and try to observe downwards at the
Okay.
wolf.
So you
Kids
want to
these
kind
days.
of go overhead, like to where they
Mhm.
are.
Or I would like, okay, I would like to sort of like where the forest starts to get more dense up top, and sort of slightly go into that, and sort of fly across that, maybe the thicker canopy.
Okay. So you fly through the thicker canopy. All right. Shell, what do you do?
Well, I'll just see if I can find any cover behind bushes or trees, because unfortunately I can't fly.
All right.
Yeah.
I want both of you to make stealth checks.
Oh boy.
I mean, I assume Shell is a lot bigger than Soul, yeah?
I'm a
Shell,
decently
yeah,
sized
Shell is
boy.
a decently, quite bigger than you,
Mm.
but he's green. Actually, yeah, he's like green and dirty.
Ooh.
Hoo hoo hoo.
Unfortunate. I guess I'm a little loud.
Okay.
Oh
So,
my.
yeah, Shell, you find these tall green bushes, the saplings of various trees that are kind of out of the ground, and you find a row of them, and you just walk behind them very, very quietly, your turtle legs just crunching on the ground ever so softly. And actually, not really crunching, it's more like smushing in the muddy ground. And you eventually make yourself behind one of the larger kapok trees. You peer out. You're probably about 50 feet away from them right now. And you see
Okay,
there
could
are
I-
several.
Okay. Huh.
Okay.
Do I know where my friend is?
With that stealth, yes. You see Soul currently in the canopy, just flying over, and she catches one of her fairy wings on a branch and kind of lets out a small yelp. So and you hear that, you look up, you see Soul, and one of the wolves quickly looks up.
I'll go ahead and grab my bonker.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How are they reacting besides just like perking their ears up? Are they like moving in to investigate or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of
Getting
them,
help?
the one that actually sees Soul, just slowly backs off very quietly while looking around left to right, making sure they're checking for anything else. At this point, the wolf's going to make a perception check.
Can I start scooching in a little bit? Not far, maybe 5-10 feet.
Let me make this
If there's
perception check first.
if there's sufficient cover at
Okay.
least.
Make another stealth check.
Oh boy.
Oh, I got a natural 20. Okay.
Oh.
And with that, you see the wolf. And you hear the other wolves behind just kind of start making their way out of the cave. And you see a collective total of 5 of them, all getting ready. You see 2 of them currently chewing at what seems to be like very fresh meat, red meat. They're just tearing it, and one of them just steps off of the meat, looks over at you all, and you see its mouth filled with blood. It just spits out a bone, and the 5 wolves look at you all. I want everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh boy. I'm good at this.
Yeah, let me pull up the
I don't have
force.
tokens.
Oh! Okay, we can just make it right now.
Let's go.
Okay. So before we
Yeah, so let me drag you guys over to the wolves map.
We love
all
Scuff
right.
Session. Let's go.
Yeah, the session 0 is for all those prep purposes. Yeah, we got those wolves. Look at those wolves.
Those wolvies. Oh my god, that one is all the way over there on his own.
He's drinking
vibing.
water. He's drinking water, remember?
Yeah, I know. He's just vibing.
He's just vibing.
The others to be a little closer, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, at this point, actually, yeah, once you have your token, just drag them on, and then I'll position to where you guys are. Oh, God.
No, I
We'll
only
just-
have like a dummy image right now, but
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
We'll just use the first
we'll have dummy images for a while until I get my Photoshop fixed.
Okay. Yeah, we just use the first picture that we're gonna find when you look up Toril. Don't sue us, please.
Okay, let me give you your HB marker and all that stuff. AC and then speed. C, visible to everyone. And I'll save your token, Sharon.
Sure.
Okay, Sharon, Soul has been saved. You currently are here.
Oh my god, you're so squishy!
You're currently here 40 feet in the air. Okay?
the wolves can't fly.
Yeah.
You're gonna see the GG tactics.
We
This
have
is so
the
funny.
GG
This is so
tactic.
funny.
Everyone
This-
uses boots.
Yeah. I find this kind of insanely funny. It's like, Derek, you just came back from fighting these insane devil monsters, and then now you're like, wolves, 10 HP?
But no, I'm just comparing her to my HP.
I know, to your HP. Okay, well, drag your token out. So wait, let me quickly make your thing. Oh my god, it's that turtle guy. I've seen him in so many places.
I know, he's the first turtle
Oh, wow.
image you find. Okay, so I'm over there then.
Oh wait, yeah. I'm just currently making your token. Okay. Yeah, I think that current spot where you're at is roughly the correct spot.
Okay.
Actually, no, you want to get closer, so you're over to here. Okay?
You know, Sharon could honestly just do this herself.
Really?
Because she can fly!
That is true, honestly.
Cheesing the low-level monsters with flying is easy.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, let me roll initiative for these fellows. Yeah. I should not do a collective initiative. Wait, why is the music not... Oh, music is looping. Okay, good. Alright, rolling for wolf initiatives.
We're so much better.
There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. We have all the wolves.
Okay.
Okay, top of the round we have Soul.
still see some isolated wolves, so I guess she'll take care of them first.
Okay.
So she needs to get a lot closer.
Mhm.
Okay, still
Wow.
just in horizontally,
Okay.
but not vertically. So she's still in the air. She would like to move over there close to the wolves.
All right. 40
And
feet in the air still.
she would like to cast a firebolt at, I suppose, she would like to get rid of the ones a little farther, yeah. So the one drinking water.
All
So it
right.
doesn't escape.
Yes. Roll to hit.
Mm,
16 is a hit.
okay.
Okay, 9 fire damage. Right, your bolt of fire just hits on the side, and a lot of its fur starts burning off. Oh! Just kind of turns around really quickly, glances up at you, starts looking at the walls.
They're in
Hey,
the
I
wall.
don't like that chain of thought.
They're in the
But that's
wall.
under my turn.
At the end of your turn, okay, so it's the wolves' turn. We have, is it all 5 of them? We have all 5 of the wolves, so let me go through all 5 of them real quick.
Okay, time for us to die.
Okay, and then it'll be Shell after, so... Okay, starting with this wolf here. It's going to go here, it's going to start climbing up this, this wall. It dashes up, and it's going to try to turn... Actually, it can't quite. You're 40 feet up. It's really high. So it's just going to climb farther and farther up onto the mountain. And so does this guy. He's going to turn around and start going up. Just following this guy. They both dash up. Like that. The other 3, since they do see Shell, are going to make their way over. This one is going to... Actually, this one can get next to you without having to dash, and that guy will make an attack once. So these guys will go over, and the other guy will also make it over. So all 3 of those wolves goes around to Shell. They leap to their feet after spitting out the meat that is in their large snouts. Start bounding their way over, jumps over the bushes, lands right next to you, and one of them is going to get kind of behind like a nice position from you, and is going to make an attack roll. It's going to try to bite.
I'm getting mugged.
It rolls
Help
a
me.
natural 20. God.
I'm getting mugged. Help!
You take 14 piercing
You got
damage.
lunch money? Someone?
Yeah, they're stealing my lunch money,
Yeah,
dude.
you take 14 piercing damage. I want
wait,
you
that was
to...
wrong.
oh yeah, that looks very wrong. And
That was the wrong number.
you need to make a strength saving throw as well. Okay, so as it bites into you, it kind of tries to push you down to the ground, but you have this hard shell that it's making it really hard to do what it usually does best. And you're able to maintain your ground. It is now your turn.
Okay. From the shock of that was like a big opener, right? But being shocked from being bitten so harshly, Shell's gonna kind of act off instinct a little bit.
Mhm.
Of course, first of all, since life threat, fun situation, all he's gonna hit up a nice rage.
Yeah, you start hearing voices in your head of just various spirits just
The voices are
whispering in your
here.
head, and you kind of faintly see soft glows around you as it kind of enhances your strength. You see your muscles just start to bulge. What do you want to do?
Well, I want to hit this guy who hit me.
All right, it's the guy.
My big stick.
This dude right here.
Uh,
This dude.
that dude on the right. Okay, that dude on the right is gonna be taking a beating then.
Oh my. Oh, ancestral
hit?
herald? Question mark.
Does that hit?
17 does hit.
Okay. The question mark was there because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep calling it that, but I
I
decided
think at this point you should call it that.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
8 bludgeoning damage. You crush down on its skull with your heavy staff.
Oh yeah, might I also mention at the
Mhm.
cat.
His cat has raided
Okay.
him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, might I mention that when I rage, there's like this thing sort of near the bottom-ish of the staff, and you notice there's some sort of glow down there. You can't really make out what it is, but it is glowing at the bottom a little.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Okay. All right. That is your first. Oh, your one attack.
Uh-huh. I'm
And
not
you're currently
cool.
raging.
Yeah.
Let me color you to signify that you're raging. What color do you want your rage to be?
Probably a blue.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like a light blue or a dark blue?
Probably a lightish blue.
Okay.
Not like super light, of course, but
Okay. Like that. You
sure,
look like
why
you're
not?
one with the trees, bro. You look like you're a water man.
I am a waterman.
Okay. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Soul, it's your turn.
Do you do rage damage at this level?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You should have added the rage damage. So
Z
That's a good
moment.
one.
that's 2 more, right?
Yes, 2 more.
Oh, okay. So that hit on the skull was really strong, and it now is like it's not quite down yet, but it's really close to.
Okay.
Okay, Soul.
Okay, Soul sees that her partner is getting swarmed over there.
Mhm.
So she would like to, as a bonus action, sort of hum to herself and begin to blade song.
Okay, you begin your blade song. You want to describe how that looks like?
Okay, how I imagine Soul doing her blade song, because there's traditional blade song arts, but
Mhm.
she's a little more on the lines of self-taught. So I would imagine she's sort of like making a little bit of noise, humming to herself. You can see that she almost seems extremely fast. Like if I'm not sure if she'll ever seen the effects of like maybe haste, but it looks something like a little bit like that. Like you can draw some similarities to that. She's
Okay,
moving
so
fast.
you're going to go into cardiac arrest in a couple minutes.
No, not yet. My concentration breaks. I just die. No, wrong. But she seems like the wind itself is sort of wrapping around her and sort of. She has a sort of like flowy nature, which
Okay.
makes sense because she's like flying. But yes. Anyway, she looks very hard to hit. I think that's.
You're gonna do what? Sorry.
She seems very hard to hit. That's
Yeah.
okay. But now back to the action. So
Actually, what color do you want for your thing? Your blade song?
like a very light green.
A light green. Okay.
I can't wait for everybody to be tinted something.
Oh wow. Is there any way to make that less
Green?
I'm gonna have
Yes.
to go to the color
Like-
picker.
the transparency?
Oh, there's no way to do transparency, unfortunate.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Maybe more of a silver green then.
A silver green. Okay.
Silver green.
I know what color you're talking about. Okay.
Or silvery. Just to make it like
Okay, yeah.
less grass.
Less grass.
You should just have a
More
transparent
wind.
background for your token wall.
There we go. That barely looks like anything.
I don't see anything, yes. I thought you just turned it off.
Okay, I know. Get this. Wait, I'm gonna have to save this color code somewhere. Or maybe you can.
Super-
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Color code.
You're
Oh,
so.
that is good.
Okay, there we go.
I like that.
All right,
It's
so your
more
blade song is
wispy,
activated.
yeah. Alright. And let's see. I can't make it over there. You're a little. Actually, I would like that. No, I would like that. Yeah. I can move a little faster now.
Mhm.
So I like to move right here.
Okay.
And I would like to cast no, I'm 40 in the air, so but I would like to cast Fireball at the weakest one. We might as well just get rid of it.
Okay. At the weak. Okay, the one that has a big dent in its head. Roll to hit.
Fortunate.
Ooh, okay. So, yeah, there's a lot of brambles in the way, and you shoot your fireball, and it kind of catches one of them, one of the plants in the back. Yeah, unfortunately missing.
So like shout, oh, my bad.
All right, so it's going to be the wolves' turns, and so these three here are all going to make attacks against Shell with advantage because they are kind of all around you. They're making a bunch of noises, just trying to distract you, and you're just trying to look at all of them with your weapon in hand, trying to make sure that you can defend the first strike that comes to you. But it's just very unpredictable. And 3 attacks, doom, doom, doom.
Look at the turn order, bro.
Huh?
Just look at the turn order, bro.
Okay, but does a 15 hit?
No.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 of them land their attacks on you. You take 7 and 4, half, so you take 5 total damage. And I need you to make
Okay.
2 strength saving throws.
Yeah.
Wow, you're really strong.
Damn. It's a roll for the
Yeah.
1 for the 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, and the other wolves kind of downed a bit farther away. They're going to start making their way over laterally, and they're going to dash around the top side so that they get to the other side. Trying to chase you down as well. Okay, Shell. Back to
I don't know if I should go for the weak one or what. Because my friend here should be able to finish it off. So
Yours should.
I'll just.
you don't know how soul works yet, so
I saw them try to do something.
do something. Yeah, but you don't know how effective.
Okay, they're not effective at all. I only trust myself. I'll smack this one. Of course, reckless attack.
Okay. That is a hit.
Bonk.
Alright, it's goner.
Okay, yeah. I just smack it down, and then I'll turn to face the others. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Give it an X. Why can't I give it an X? Let me give it an X. There we go. Okay. Alright, Soul, it's your turn.
40 feet in the air. Or was it 40?
You're 40 feet in the air.
Okay. So still a little far. It's alright. I would like to aim for the weaker one again.
Okay. Oh wait, there's no weaker one anymore, because that one's dead. The other 2 have not been hit yet.
Separate. Oh, okay. My bad.
It's fine.
But then I'm like the right
You're gonna what?
hit.
Okay, okay, attack that one. Alright, from your angle, yeah, you have full line of sight. 12, actually. 12 misses.
Yeah, I knew I was right not to trust her.
She's not making a good impression. I agree.
Yeah. So you haven't engaged in combat in a while.
I smacked the other
These
one.
are some newfound skills.
Full disclaimer.
Yeah.
And she would like to get on, like, right here. I think that was 15.
Okay.
And she would like to move 10 down. So she's 30 right now.
Okay.
And she says, really quick, to Shell, I'm going to blast them both with a cone of fire.
He'll just go, okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, and that's on my turn.
Okay, the wolf's turn. Which one is the dead one? So it doesn't matter. I just skip by all of them. Okay, so Shell's turn. And the 2 of that are right there are going to make their attacks. These other wolves are more concerned about Soul. And so they're going to go over here, and they're going to... No, they're going to wait there. They're going to wait there. Yeah, you see them kind of...
We'll see them.
Yeah, they kind of step up a bit, and they're getting ready for some kind of a leap.
How far are they from me? Like, is this the same height?
Yeah,
Are they on top or
they're
below?
about the same height as you right now.
So they're 30. Okay.
Yeah, okay. And the other two wolves are going to make their attacks at advantage. Those are both hits. Okay. 9 half to 4, 6 half to 3. You take 7 total damage. Oh.
Darn. My tank is dying.
Your tank lost half his health in one hit.
Tank didn't rage right away.
I didn't have a turn right away.
Yeah,
Reported.
unfortunate. You're a bit slow to the
Not
action.
permanently raging.
Hey, Soul, it's your turn.
Okay. So Soul would like to move. Okay.
Wait,
He's 30 in
happened
the
to
air.
my turn.
Oh, did I skip your turn? I'm so sorry.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Invalidated.
my bad. Shell, it's your turn. Sorry.
Okay, he will, yeah, I will just try to disengage, and yeah, let the spirits guide my movements.
Okay, disengage, alright?
That's all.
Okay. Soul.
Okay, Soul would like to descend. I
Okay.
think she's 30 in the air. So she would like to descend 15 exactly.
Okay.
And then,
You've done your cone before, you know about how far it can go.
yes. And she would like to cast Burning Hands on the two wolves.
That's
Okay.
crazy, bro.
Yeah. So, they're gonna make their dexterity saving throws. Okay. What's your DC?
14.
Ooh, okay. So,
It makes me sad too, Derek. I'm level
Okay.
1.
so
What am I supposed
one
to
of them
do?
rolled a 12, and the other one rolled a 13.
Get better.
So they both failed. Barely.
Also, how are you a blade singer at level 1?
No, I'm not level 1. What am I saying? Don't worry about it.
Actually, the better question is, how are you a blade singer in general?
Wait, why not?
Oh, no, never mind, you're level 2. Okay. Kristen, I always
Yeah.
think arcane traditions are level 3.
Oh yeah. Actually, for a moment, I was like, "Oh shoot! Wait, did we do something wrong?"
No. It is
Okay.
the 2.
All right.
Sorry, my issue is so minute. I thought I was 1 for a second.
Okay, but yeah, so they both take their 9 fire damage as you extend your arms as you descend downwards, and these wreathing flames just start coming out of your fingertips, just kind of burning the area. The leaves just crumble, and the wolves try to get out of the way but then because they're kind of fixated on attacking Shell, they did not see the fire come soon enough, and they get both kind of flames. All right, so it's gonna be the wolves' turn.
Wait, I still have a little bit of movement.
Okay, yeah, you can finish it. Sorry.
So I have 15.
I think you actually.
Because I may
a
have to
bit
move
more
to
than
tank.
that. You're splicing.
No, I used 15. Yeah, I displaced 15.
Yeah.
I want to draw their attention now.
Mhm.
But I feel like I have it.
You're in the
So-
air, though, so...
That is true. Because I feel like my partner is getting beat up just a tad. So I had sort of like move in front of him. I'm still 15 in the air,
Mhm.
but I would like to be like, yeah, hover there. And I would like to say, or like scream really loudly, like, hey. I don't know. Soul's not very
Hey!
menacing.
That's it. Just hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Just make a charisma check, a flat charisma check.
Yes. I love my wizard.
Okay. They were already captivated by that burning hands, and they are injured from that. You know, they value their lives. They're already looking kind of nervous, but they still are intent on attacking Shell.
Ass.
It's okay, I got this. I'm better.
Okay.
I hope.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So it is now the Woovies' turn. And they're going to run over here. These two are going to run over here to Shell. And they're going to make their bite attacks at advantage. 13 and a 16.
I'm better than that.
Oh, okay. So none of them land a hit on you, and you're still up. These
Yeah.
two wolvies here are going to, since you're now 15 feet in the air, they are able to land the arc and try to attack. I'll be disadvantaged. As they leap,
Damn.
yeah, they
Could,
leap
like,
over.
they take any fall damage for that?
Oh, for sure. They take fall damage. Okay, so disadvantage attacks. A 10 and a 14.
No.
Yeah, because you're just simply too fast for them.
I'm like vibrating in the air.
Oh. D20. Oh wait, why am I rolling a D20? I'm rolling 4 fall damage. I think they're about to break their skulls. Oh my, they break their skulls. Okay, so this one's dead. This one lands to the ground. Actually, it's more like it falls unconscious, but, you know, like, they're basically dead. And then the other guy lands to the ground and is still up. Rolled really low for that, but, yeah, this guy's still up. Okay. With that, we go to Shell's turn.
Yay! Okay. Both these wolves are the same health, right? They look about just as singed.
All of them look, yeah, just very singed or completely ruined by the fall.
I'll smack one of the nearby ones. It doesn't matter which one. We'll just smack this one.
Okay.
No reckless.
Alright.
Uh.
13 hits.
I was gonna say, maybe I should have reckless. Bonk.
Alright. So, this time you kind of swing from the side and you just smack it. Oh! It just hits the tree and collapses to the ground. It's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else I want to do.
Okay.
Just stand here and be on my guard for the other one who's inevitably going to kill me.
Saul.
Okay, so would like to.
Hey,
I'm
I
not sure if
realized
it's
how sad my
possible.
earlier rolls on damage were.
Because
I should have been averaging a 13 damage.
no, yeah, the burning hands was unfortunate.
No, not you, me. I should have been doing 15 damage on average, and I did fucking 10.
Oh. Well.
Whatever.
It's
Okay.
okay. Is there a way Soul can position herself that she hits both these wolves with burning hands? Because
15 foot.
I don't know. I don't have a
no,
cone.
You cannot.
I don't have a cone.
Oh wait, no, it's 15 feet between. Okay, but
Because I'm 15, I move here. That's 15, and
Yeah.
I can just.
No, so it's
I can move down a bit if it's needed.
Yeah, so it's a 15-foot long cone, right?
Mm.
Which means that the arc length would be 15, but then the distance between them is 20. Like in terms of if you want to catch both.
I see.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to burning hands both.
Help.
Yeah, but you do notice that Shell seems a lot more on the guard against that wolf because it's by itself now.
I mean, I think what you mean is that he's not recklessly attacking. Okay.
No, they don't have back tactics
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, the wolves are not like swarming him and not distracting him.
And okay. I don't want to hit him. That would be really, really sad.
No.
You killed your
No.
new friend.
What is it with the fairies and killing their own ally?
Hey, that's racism. Something. I don't know. Okay, I can burning hands this guy without burning Shell, I believe, yeah?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I would like to do just that. I rolled exactly the same.
All right. Give me a moment. I
Beautiful.
want to roll something. Okay. All right. So that guy burns regardless, even though let me just roll for it, the guys, because why not? He actually succeeds to get out of the way, but then it was already so damaged that the rest of the flames just burns its skin, and it just falls to the ground right next to Shell. Okay, nice.
Okay, and then, so
Wonderful.
seeing Shell is so injured, would like to descend fully to the ground.
Mhm.
to try to get this wolf's attention. And she would like to sort of yell at it and say, how about we end this?
Okay. So the wolf looks very confused by your shifty appearance. However, you do seem a lot more visually less intense than Shell, and is going to make an attack at you.
Well, I was gonna say one shot her.
Technically,
Plot
could if it
twist.
crits, because it did 14, but then this is a miss. So this is a very clear miss. It's not exactly sure what's seeing. It just kind of chomps to the right, but then it looks to the left, and you've been there the whole time. It's like it just kind of like confusedly shakes its head. Shell, your turn.
Dawn. He's very confident in himself. He's in a reckless attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my, that does very much hit.
There's the damage.
There we go.
Okay. Shell, how do you want to do this?
Oh, it's just gonna be as simple. Bring the heavy metal part down straight in the middle of its back and just slam it into the ground.
All right. And with that, the final wolf has been defeated. And
Yeah.
let me switch back.
Also, a few seconds after the wolf goes down, you notice the glowing in the staff fade. I'm
Intriguing.
no longer raging.
Yeah, the glow.
I know.
Hello.
Okay, and your blade song stops after a bit too, as you both settle down to the ground. Ooh, that was a lot closer than I thought because of the initial crit.
Right?
Yeah, holy cow.
Gonna look at his. Shell's gonna look at his arm and go, "That's gonna be a pain to take care of." Yeah, he's gonna sit
Alright,
down.
though.
Try to grab some of the, he has some, I don't think he would have any wraps on him, but he would have some, like, mosses and things to hold those in place, so, yeah, he'll just go ahead and do whatever the natural remedies would be.
Alright. Just make a medicine check.
Worse. Okay.
Okay, so you just this is just more of a flavor kind of thing. Alright, you're able to bandage it up and you kind of pressure it down so that like the wounds can stop bleeding out more. Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful job.
As well. You seem quite injured, though.
I'll be fine. More resilient than you think.
But I think a good night's sleep will do you well.
I agree. Yeah.
We should probably bring some of the wolves back. Perhaps, the farm will have something we'd like to do with the pelts.
For sure. Do you happen to think there might be any more wolves inside of the cave?
Let me check.
Okay. So you want to fly over and look?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the
I
cave
think
is not...
Phil would like to, stay in the air.
Okay. Alright, so you float over and you look into the cave once you have a better position. And it's not like a cave that goes deep in, like, it's not like Minecraft. It's just a small indent in the mountains where there's shelter from the rain. And yeah, there's no other wolves.
Can I check the carcass they're eating? Does it look like a chicken?
Okay, make an investigation check.
Damn.
Okay, so, you definitely see a chicken. You also see a bigger animal right next to it. But yeah, you see multiple chickens that are just destroyed.
I would like to take maybe a few of the bloody feathers. Something that isn't too nasty, but something I can bring back as just proof that we found the right wolves.
I'll just go ahead and grab a couple of the lighter wolves.
Oh, you can't grab full, like... I think you can carry
I
one
can't
wolf.
drag them.
Dragging for an hour is an absolute pain, especially when you're this tired. I would say
Can I
that...
take one of them or something?
Okay.
Well,
Do you want to just, like,
considering
lift
how-
it onto your back?
considering how buff I am.
I know you're buff, but then do you want to lift onto your back, or what do you do?
Let's think about this. Well, carrying it in my arms would be a pain. On the back seems like it'd make more sense, but how would I carry it on the
Potato.
back?
Just carry it like a stack of potatoes.
That, yeah. Just throw it over my hunched over shoulder, I guess.
Alright, so these are some very meaty wolves. They weigh about 150 pounds, and you're already carrying quite a bit. So
I'm actually not.
Huh?
I'm actually not.
Okay,
I think I'm able to carry
yeah,
that.
you can carry 150, but a bit more, and you.
I know it's a little bit
I want you to
encumbered.
make just a strength check. Okay, I was looking for a 15. So, you just kind of pull it over, and you just kind of get a feel for how heavy this wolf is, and you don't feel like it'll be a good journey for you making it back with a whole wolf on your shoulders.
Well, if you wanna, do you have anything you want to use from these, or do you want to do anything with them? At the very least, we should probably bring back their ears.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I mostly heard of teeth, but ears, interesting. I would. I mean, Soul isn't these wolves probably larger than Soul? We're around the same size.
They're a bit larger.
They're like
than you.
2 ounces. Shut the fuck.
Wait. Are
Yeah.
you small or medium? I forget.
I am small.
Yeah, they're way bigger than you.
Yeah, Soul's like,
You're as tall as them.
Soul's like, I would offer, but I don't think it would be
It's
very,
fine.
very smart.
Well, I would love to do more with these, but staying out in these woods for too much longer probably isn't the best idea. So
Agreed.
let's
Maybe
just
just take a couple teeth and leave.
collect some evidence and head back. We can
Oh, I
go-
like to show him the feathers. And I can explain to him. They broke into a coop, you see.
Mhm.
Hopefully this is enough, along with the teeth.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and grab a couple teeth from each wolf.
Okay.
I'll grab one of their larger canines for myself.
All right. Oh wow, trophies. Okay, so not too difficult at all. Just pulling out their teeth, although it gets a bit messy in your hands. But you're comfortable with these things enough. Not entirely comfortable yet, but you've dealt with these things in your past, where blood and gore and all that. Okay, but yeah. So eventually, you get yourself your teeth, and so you have your feathers, and you start making your way back. See something. Okay, so on your way back, I want both of you to make perception checks.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Ah, yes! We are blind.
Oh my god. Okay,
I'm gonna get crit out again.
okay.
Okay, between the two of us, I look smaller and meatier. No, actually not meatier, but juicier.
Okay, but at this point, I want both of you to roll initiative.
I'm dry and wrinkly.
As you are very tired walking back, and there is a very hungry black bear that just jumps out. Okay. Soul, you are first.
I need you to cheese this one.
Blade song.
You activate your blade song again. Alright. That's your bonus.
Mm-hmm. And she's all like, out of my way, and she would like to booming blade it.
Oh wow, okay. Roll the hit.
Oh, that's not a roll hit.
2 thunder damage, yo!
Oh, yes. Okay. Really pure.
Okay.
That's
16 does hit. Okay, 8 piercing damage. And
Plus 2.
No, that's no.
wait, I don't
Oh,
think-
yes,
yeah.
he has to move. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so 8 piercing damage. Alright. You're able to injure it, and it realizes that this isn't a fight that it necessarily wants to take, and starts looking for a way to retreat. Okay. It's going to go next because they got a natural 20 on it. Man, the amount of natural 20s I've been rolling. But
DM what?
its dexterity is a bit lower than yours, though, Soul. So it goes next, and it's going to quickly make an attack back at you, Soul,
All right.
and it's going to make another attack. I rolled a 20, but it's like added to 20. I thought I rolled another natural 20. Okay, a 20
Okay,
hits, I assume, but a 14 does.
Shield.
Okay, so how does your shield look, actually, just so we know?
More blur.
I think the shield would be like it's an invisible barrier.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't look like anything.
Okay,
Bear's
so
just
your hand just kind of waves, and all of a sudden, the black bear's strike just kind of bounces off of something.
Yes.
Alright, and then it's going to try to run away. So both of you can make attacks if you want.
I'll smack it.
Yeah, I mean, I see that, if Shell wants to smack it, I'll smack it too.
I mean, who
Yeah,
knows?
you
it
two
might
both
come
have your
back.
turns next, so... Actually, this is your reaction. Oh yeah, you both hit it. Okay, okay.
And a Booming Blade too,
Oh.
+2.
Okay, yeah, and it moved. as it starts running away, it just vibrates in the air as you hear this faint, like, it's not a pop, but it's like a very low echoing boom that just kind of reverberates about like 15 feet radius, and it just falls to the ground, and you just come over and strike it twice, and it's just dead.
Well,
That was unexpected.
agreed.
Do I have any idea how far away I am from yeah.
The home?
Uh-huh.
You're about maybe half a mile.
Okay. Let's try to remember where this is, because we can't do anything with it now, but if we could get some help, we could make some use of this bear.
Oh, okay.
It-
So
hopefully it
Soul's
won't
a
get
little
taken
bit
rather than
more
night, but
familiar with this area. Does she see anything like monuments or like
Well, actually,
close structures?
Shell is actually very well familiar. Oh, wait, actually, the region right outside the forest. No, yeah, you would be more familiar. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah. Is there anything like any landmarks she knows is nearby that she can jot down where the bear corpse is?
Yes, there is a very big mossy boulder nearby, like a unnaturally large mossy boulder with a lot of a certain poison plant that's just surrounding.
Yeah, let's not touch that. Okay, but Soul would like to make a mental note of that. She says, "Okay, I'll let the farmhands know about where this bear is. Hopefully, they can do something with it."
Okay.
let's get back then.
Okay. The two of you eventually make your way back to the place around noon, and you currently see the two of the kids are currently outside. They seem to be playing tag with each other. The two kids, Byron and Emma. You see Gerald is just kind of watching them from afar. He's just kind of like leaning back against the fence, like the fence post. He's kind of like there's like this wheat that's just in his mouth, and he's wearing a nice kind of like cowboy hat. And Bruce currently is with Micah by the stables, and they are feeding the caprins.
Yeah, I'll saunter on over. Hello, I don't believe I met you before.
Who are you going to?
Bruce.
Bruce. Okay.
Oh, hey there, big turtle man.
Yes, I'm Shell. What might your name be?
My name is Bruce. Pleasure to meet you.
Bruce? So, I'll go to Micah, yeah.
Mhm.
We, found those wolves out there, and, we're able to deal with them.
Got those wolves?
He just
Yeah,
interrupts you.
I think Soul would also come over because she's got the feather evidence, and she would like to, of course, say hi to everyone. She knows them,
Mhm.
and she'd be like, "Indeed, together we managed to fell the pack." And she hands over, or like she shows the feathers.
He looks at it.
Oh, thank God! Thank the heavens!
Ah,
Uh.
was it difficult at all?
It started off a bit rocky, but after a little while, we were able to get into a bit of a rhythm.
I knew it was a good call. Micah told me that the two of you were gonna handle it out. Of course, I didn't meet you yet, but yeah, he said that there was this nice turtle fella, and yeah. Well,
Yep.
Well, I was glad you sent him my way. His help was amazing, actually.
mhm.
I'm glad to be a meat shield.
Okay. At that point, you see Bruce has a moment of realization. Oh yeah, I was gonna. He kind of turns to his right, pulls out like a small pouch. He hands you each 3 gold pieces.
You're literally doubling my money.
You're so poor. But it makes sense. You two are from the woods. Okay.
He'll accept it, not fully understanding how valuable it is, even though it's not like crazy valuable, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so would like to thank Bruce.
One other thing. We ended up running into a bear
Oh
on
yes.
our way back.
Oh, a bear.
And,
What kind of bear? Like
uh,
smaller ones, larger
was
ones?
it was a decent,
Black bear.
not large, yeah, black bear.
Or a black bear? Parents are
Spelled
just a
rather
wandering
quick.
child.
Wait, what did
I
he say?
didn't get too good of a look at him. Oh, parents are a wandering child. I don't think neither of us got a good look at him. He kind of got the jump on us. However, we managed to do quite a bit on it. It's near the big mossy boulder yonder. The one with the
Mossy boulder. They want them.
poisonous plants on it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
In case you want
Got
to do something with it.
Bears come by occasionally, but yeah, we do like and fashion some nice clothes with bear pelts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
No
unless
worries.
there's any
Yeah,
other
I would
business
also like
attend
to. Oh, go on. Sorry.
Unless there's any other business to attend to, I would like to find somewhere to rest. That fight took a lot out of me.
Oh yeah, please. He just kind of thinks. Soul, do you mind if he? I know there's a bit of room in the stable. Do you mind if he takes that space a bit?
Oh, not at all.
All right.
I can show you over there too.
Okay. Okay, so the two of you go in the direction of the stables.
Oh, and before I leave, is there any way I can relay where the wolves were? Like the den?
Relay.
Or is it really
The wolves
deep
were
in-
really far out. You usually don't go that far.
Okay. Then yeah, I don't. Okay, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll follow and see what's up inside.
Okay. Sharon, would you like to describe Soul's like how her place looks?
I mean, she's been here for a couple of weeks now, so, but she does know this is more of a temporary structure, so she hasn't like taken it over by any means. But it's homely. It's a stable. You can see she has collected quite a bit of hay and just sort of like general like I guess like blankets and cloths that what she found around the farm and that she borrowed for a bed. She's like, okay, I don't think there's I can find some extra cloth around. Feel free to take that one for the night. It's it might be a little small for you though.
I'm sure I'll make two.
Actually, it might be more of a pillow for you, but you get the idea. But other than that,
it's compared to outside, it is very nice.
But other than that, it's just a general stable. There's no like manure or any of that nasty stuff. It's pretty clean. You can see there's like a strip of log that she seems to be using to like write things down. But other than that, it's empty. Like a long strip of maybe like wood or log that's sort of like a flat surface, so she can write on.
I see. Okay. What stuff do you have written down there?
Mainly I was thinking of more of like a desk she'll doodle with her spell book.
I
So
see.
Shell doesn't see anything.
Okay, got it. All right, but yeah, okay, as Shell, just lay down. You hear Micah just coming in for a bit. Oh, before you head out, or like pass out to take your rest,
Yeah.
I have a. You mentioned earlier that you're planning to head out in the morning, and
Not strictly the
Yeah.
morning, but sometime soon, hopefully.
yeah. So we got the Caprins ready for you.
Hmm.
Yeah, so just sometime within the next day, just ask up, and we'll bring him out for you. Especially you, Soul. I know you've been out with us for quite a while, but it seems that you're really independent, and you've got a lot of. I think you have enough wealth to, just make it on your own for a bit, and maybe start.
Yes, I did. I did mention I want to get heading soon. It seems like as our visitor is leaving, now is as good time as any.
All right, so
Maybe if it's not
just-
too much, as you're ready to Caprin, maybe ready another one.
Okay, sure. Second one, it'll be 6 gold pieces for the sister ride. Sure.
I said it, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, just so that I know, I have some kind of time frame. Would you be ready to leave at around sunup?
Well, I think that should be fine for us, or me at least.
I was usually awake around that time, so I could say my goodbyes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll start getting some things ready, and he just heads out. So, what do you want to do?
Other than that, I guess Soul will be looking over her spell book.
Mhm.
I believe she needs to. Is it during the morning or the night?
Currently,
The-
it is
No, I'm just looking at.
Oh.
I never.
Sorry, say that again.
Well, not now, please.
Oh, you're cutting out for a bit. Can you say that again, Sharon? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm just looking over how I do this. Okay, that's later. Wait.
You want to know why she's cutting out? Because there's some static noise blowing over her.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I can't quite tell. Yeah. All right, but yeah. So
You did say it was during the noon, yeah?
yeah, it is during the noon.
Okay. I'm guessing Shell's gonna pass out because he's like,
Yeah,
oh my
Shell
god.
tired.
Yeah, passing out.
Then I suppose Soul would like to make maybe a round around the farm and see if anyone else needs help because she's looking remarkably healthy, fighting.
Okay, and you're just gonna help out with some more things.
Yeah, and she just would like to let everyone know that she's heading out tomorrow and maybe just general thanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
just so that it's not
yeah,
like a very abrupt leave,
abrupt leave.
even though they know that she wanted to head out pretty soon. But she's like, okay, it's gonna be tomorrow.
Okay, so the rest of the day passes. You all head to sleep, and eventually the new day comes. The two of you wake up around the same time as you start to hear the roosters just cock-a-doodle doing, and in your mind you feel a sense of we're starting to go somewhere. We're gonna head to a new place. You step
Yes.
outside of your stable, and you see that Micah is fully clothed. He's got a pack. He's old, but he travels a lot. And Bruce and as well as his kids just kind of behind him, walking up behind him. They kind of see you two stepping outside the stables. Micah goes over to the pen where the caprins are. He starts moving them out, these large beasts. All right. Hope you had a fine rest. Ready to head out?
Yep, I'm
Indeed.
ready as rain.
Okay.
I'd like to say like one final goodbye to everyone. Thank you all for all your help.
Oh, of course. It was really nice having you around helping with all these different things. Yeah, Ken. Like, if you weren't around, I wouldn't have. I mean, maybe in the next few weeks, we all get run over by those wolves.
Be of help. Best of luck with the harvest and for any future seasons.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of the harvest, around this time of year, it's reaching, it's starting to get closer to the month of Mutharm, which is kind of like roughly fall. So, yeah, the weather is starting to get a bit colder. The daytimes are starting to shorten a bit. Nightfall comes earlier. And the leaves are starting to fall a bit more. You recognize this kind of time of year, and it is also when harvest season begins. So, okay, they say their goodbyes, and as Micah then pulls out kind of like a step up so that you can get onto the large caprins, the furry seats of the beast. There's this very beautiful leather saddle with metal bolts just in it, and these caprins, you realize, are really, really trained. Like, they're compared to how, not run down, but just out of place from civilization. This kind of area is. These caprins here, you might find them within the city. Like they're really trained, because as you get onto them, they start making their way very, very quickly out of the pen, and right over to the start, to the path that goes up a very rocky hill and off into the distance. They just kind of, both of them just move you guys over to the entrance very quickly. And Micah doesn't even have to say anything. He just gets on his own caprin and he heads over. You wave your last...
Shell.
Yeah, sorry.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm heading. Well, he told me about a small village called Amodia, and I was hoping to check that out.
I mean, if you're interested, I'm heading over to in the Irkshire area. Actually, Kevin,
Yes.
does Soul know like the general geography enough to see if that village is in the Irkshire, like in the same direction or on the way?
Okay, so you, based on the time that you talked with the people here, you do know that there is this very long path called the Wyogan Path. It's an open road that goes from the coast down to this mountain range east of the Irkshire, and then the path continues through a canyon into the Irkshire area, and Amotia is along the way. So you'll get to Amotia pretty quickly, and then you have to travel quite a bit along the same direction and eventually get to Irkshire. Actually, wait, let me move you over to a map so that you can see. I think that'll help a bit. Just keep in mind that your characters don't have a map, but then this will just help for visualization.
Okay. All right.
I am the map.
Do you see the map?
I assume we are the red.
Yes,
pointy thing.
you are here symbol.
Okay.
Okay, I see Amotia.
Yeah, and you see the Wyogan Path?
Oh, I do. Yes.
Yeah, so it'll go down that way, and then Irkshire is to the left. So eventually you'll get there. I mean, there's two methods, but Amotia is the crossroads for both methods. You can go up to the mud steps. Although, I think you know more about the Wyogan Path. It's much more famous.
Oh, yes, I see. Sure. Okay, so it's on the way.
Yeah,
And
it is on the way.
I should have asked this before, but I'm guessing that Soul, very smart, probably asked this. But how far are the beasts taking us?
They're going to take you about 40 miles, so about 10 miles away from Amotia.
Not that bad.
Okay. But that's as far as they'll go, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, because he wants to stop by a bit. For, like, not Amotia, but an area. There's another pit stop that he wants to stop by.
Alright. Gotcha.
Okay.
So, as we're traveling, I guess, I was like, say, well, Shell, since it seems like we are heading in a similar direction, would you mind being travel buddies for a level? It seems
That
like we
doesn't
can
seem
both
like
hold
a
our
bad
own
arrangement.
in a fight.
Yeah, I mean, we're heading in the same direction as you mentioned, and well, yeah, we'll just see where it goes, I guess.
Okay.
Alright. Mage has found a tank. Pause.
That's what's going. That's what's going.
That's what's going on, yeah.
Skull's head right now.
Exactly.
It's okay. Okay, good. Now I've acquired a tank. Now I need a support. I need somebody to debuff.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what Soul is thinking.
Tank acquired.
Tank acquired. Now we need Bard.
Tank acquired. Where's a bard, a healer, and another damage dealer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Plot
Soul
twist: you
has
eventually
known
find
the
3 more
story.
barbarians.
Soul does not know healing spells.
Hey.
Wither and bloom, life transference. You can do it.
Soul's never heard of
Eventually, you've
it.
never heard of those, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, so the 3 of you on your caprins say your goodbyes and off early in the morning, air very fresh. You start on these large beasts, just making their way up the stone hill and travel about 40 miles through all kinds of terrain, but mostly very rocky, hilly, ups and downs, and these beasts navigate them masterfully. You come across these large chasms, and like they're just leading you, just kind of hearing the commands of Micah, who just, as he's in front, just kind of yells out some things in a beast-like language. Like, he sounds like a beast itself, and these animals seem to understand him. And as you guys rush towards like these ravines, you're like, oh no, we're gonna die, and they just leap across like 20 feet, bounding over, and they continue just racing across the terrain. Eventually, I mean,
You are gonna die. I would fly.
you would, yeah.
I'm going for it.
Turtles are heavy; they take extra damage. But yeah, so eventually you stop for a night by a campfire. You take off the next morning, and you get to the crossroads where Micah turns to you all. Well, this is about the place where I can bring you to, and you should be able to walk fine along this Wyogi path. It's really... There shouldn't be any problem. You don't need to worry about it. Just take your time, and I see that you have enough supplies to last you about 2 more nights. And you only need 1 more night, probably, but... Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Soul, and you, Shell.
Yes, of course,
Nice to
Micah.
meet you.
Thank you all for everything. Safe travels.
Yeah. And he gets back, and then he kind of leads the Caprins over, and the 3 of them head off back.
Alright, I guess...
Alrighty then. Well, I guess we set off.
Okay. So the 2 of you start moving along the path, to eventually, about a day later, you arrive in the village of Amotia. And that's where we'll pick it off at for session 1. Alright.
Cool.
It's been a... Actually, this was a pretty nice session, Zero. I think it went pretty well.
We just almost died.
Yeah, I mean, that... Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Half my health in a 1 hit.
Yeah, that's a real meaty bite.
See, that's why
Yeah.
they're concerned about the wolves. Wolves kill people.
Yeah, wolves are serious for you guys at this level.
Well, if it didn't hit a crit, I think we would have been chilling.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
still,
okay.
just imagine, you don't have a healer, so if you drop to 0, I mean, you have a chance to literally die.
Very small, but yeah.
Yeah, not very
Where's our
small.
healer?
Pretty,
We need a heal.
Yeah, you gotta get one. But yeah,
We need to acquire a healer.
Yeah, we need to go
Yes.
acquire our healer.
we can talk about this in a bit, but I'm just gonna quickly end the stream. So, goodbye, First VOD, first video ever.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the 3
so
views.
crazy. Okay.